I'd like to call this meeting Board of Highland Township Supervisors order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'd like to have a motion to approve the minutes, the treasurer's report, and the balance sheet.
The minutes, I have a question on the minutes where you're approving it. I don't feel like I was argumentative, and I'd like that to be stricken out of the minutes. Because I think if you ask a question, you're not argumentative.
I wasn't given the floor.
I can't hear you.
You weren't given the floor at the time.
Can we change that to I was not given the floor? I mean, and as far as it came into
All right.
Kevin,
We can do that.
No, no, where I gotta find it first, I gotta find it first. Okay, there we are. How do you want me to? Okay. Is not have a floor. Don't have a floor?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Okay.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as corrected.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Say yes.
I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report and the balance sheet.
I'll second.
I'll vote yes.
Awesome.
Okay, I'd like to open the meeting to public comment. Is there anybody that doesn't understand the public comment policy or would like the public comment policy reread?
I'd like to hear it.
Okay, the public comment policy. Every regular and special meeting of Highland Township shall have a period of time set aside for receiving comments from the members of the public. Each public comment period shall not exceed 15 minutes in total length unless by motion passed by a majority of the supervisors present and voting. The total length of the public comment period is extended to a longer total period, which shall be stated in such motion. No member of the public shall make comment for more than 5 minutes. No member of the public shall be allowed to delegate his or her time to any other members. No public member's time not used for comment shall be deemed waived. No such public comment shall be limited to matters of public or all such public comment shall be limited to matters of public concern, official action, or deliberations that are or may come before the Board of Supervisors. Presenting comment in the form of questions shall not be permitted, since the purpose of public comment is to receive comment, not to engage in question and answer sessions or to engage in public debate or argument with either members of the board, the staff, or members of the public attending the meeting. No such questions shall be answered without permission of the presiding officer. Comment that makes a personal attack on anyone shall not be allowed. No foul language will be permitted. No derogatory comments will be permitted. Any person that is deemed to be out of order will be asked to leave the meeting. If said person does not leave, the state police will be called and the person will be removed from the meeting with no warning. Please respect the board and the public. Okay, hold on, June. I'm going to start up here. Anybody? Okay, Judy.
I'd like to make a comment. I would like to invite everyone here and their family to walk in the parade for the Memorial Day Parade, May 29th, in Kane, to thank the veterans for fighting for our rights and our independence.
We're walking on behalf of who? Highland Township or
Cash.
Cash? It's like that, okay.
Bill? You got anything? And Jane?
The bus stop down there, it's from Maryland. Are you guys going to replace that, or I mean, why is it?
I think we're just gonna get rid of it because my understanding the kids don't use it anymore. Do they?
Yeah, they use it.
Actually, I think it was disposed of, and I don't know why.
Oh, it's gone?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't pay any attention.
I believe it was smashed up with the backhoe and put in the dumpster.
Oh,
And I'm not sure why. I know I didn't direct anybody to do it.
Glenn, I asked Tom about it because I am the one who got that for the township. And he said it was rusted. And he was
There's a lot
scared
of
that kids were gonna get hurt on it, cause I was very upset that it was gone.
I mean, kids use it when it's raining and snowing.
Okay.
well, we can look into another one.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
They don't make those anymore. You're gonna have to build one.
Yeah,
That was donated from the VFW.
I think we should look into replacing it.
all right. I'll make a motion, we do that.
Okay, I'll second that motion.
We'll price something out to, rebuild that one.
Okay, anybody else in the back row? Oh, sorry, Gene, go ahead.
You guys gonna cut the grass?
Yeah, we're-
That'll be addressed tonight.
I feel bad kids out there playing softball, the ball won't even get out of the infield with it.
That'll be addressed tonight. Anybody else in the back row? Okay, Matt?
Jim had a question, then.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was comment, your rules of the meeting. I would, my comment is that the Board of Supervisors and everybody else should have respect for the electorate and the citizens of Highland Township also.
Thank you. Matt?
Comment, what's the new legal firm? Did we hire them or anything, the Quinn Law Firm? Did we pay for it, or we're not allowed to make a comment about that?
That's to do with the DEP suit.
that was the lawyer that insurance company hired for us back when this all first started.
But we had to pay him again last
No.
month.
No, we don't pay him.
Why is it on the bills?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we do?
Because we
Yeah,
did
we
the
paid- we
DEP, we did
just-
the DEP suit.
Oh,
No,
I can't hear you. Chris.
that's the
I'm
insurance.
sorry.
They would hire that guy.
That's the second law firm that Bivino hired to do the work in Erie that he couldn't do.
Right.
Okay, would you like to explain that to Matt?
That's the second attorney that was hired by our solicitor to do the work in Erie, which he's, it's above his qualifications or his expertise to do it, to work in Erie, and would cost us more money for him to run back and forth to Erie than it would to hire that particular law firm.
Because it's a federal court case?
I think that's what it is, yeah.
But did
Not
he-
not only that, but the 2 hours each way for him, that's
Oh,
four.
the travel and stuff, but did you guys make a decision on that, or you let the lawyer make a decision on that? Because it wasn't brought
We
up
made a decision.
We made a decision.
at the last meeting? Or was it private?
Actually,
That was between us and,
Yeah.
and the attorneys, and the
between
attorney.
us and the attorney, and it was.
Yeah, that was-
Glenn, I
We
can't,
don't-
you have to speak up, buddy.
I'm discussing something with Jim right now.
Well, it's a public meeting, I should be able to
Yeah.
listen to it too, Glenn.
It was in the executive session that we
Right.
agreed to do it
Right,
because it was for the DEP lawsuit.
yeah.
So we
It was
didn't have to
decided
discuss it.
at an executive session, like he says, to do it because of the DEP lawsuit.
Okay. Thank you.
Kevin?
What's the total for the lawyer's fees to date for this year so far? And what was the budget set at?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. I'd have to get back to you on that. I don't know.
Well, can you have it for the next meeting?
I sure can.
Okay. Anybody else in the back? All right, anybody over here?
Were we gonna discuss any of the stuff that was in the paper lately with the DEP lawsuit?
Yes,
Gonna
that will,
discuss
that'll come later in the meeting.
And I do have another question. If she's gonna look up stuff with the attorney fees, can we look up, is it possible for you guys to itemize it, how much is related to C.E.L.D.F?
We have Mr. Rubino do that?
I can ask. I don't know.
I think it's all related to the lawsuit.
Right, which is
And
C.E.L.D.F.
which
Home rule.
and it's all related to the lawsuit versus the home rule charter,
Okay,
and which was basically,
right.
Okay, anybody else?
And isn't it also because of home rule?
That's what they
That's what it was said.
That'll be discussed later on in the meeting.
Okay,
The home rule is the majority of the township people.
that doesn't matter.
But the township people don't.
Anybody else with public comment? Marcia?
I've had people call and ask me, and I don't have the answer for a few different things. It was commented that there is a street light on New Jersey Avenue that has been reported here, I guess, and it's running during the day and hasn't been taken care of. It's costing the taxpayers money. I'm just saying.
I don't
I
know
get phone
anything
calls.
about
I
it.
don't know why people call me, but people call me and that was one of the things.
I don't know
they
anything
want.
That's West Penn Power probably.
There's not a meter on it, Marcia, they're not gonna charge us for a K. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to speak out of turn, I don't wanna throw them out. They're not gonna charge us for a KW factor, Marcia. We pay a certain X amount to it,
So, okay.
and that's what we do. Other than that, they'd have CTs on it, there'd be a meter on there. We'd be
Okay,
paying
well,
for
that's
it.
what they asked me because they thought it was costing us a lot more money, and I didn't know. And the bus stop up there, right, at the cafe in Smith's, someone asked me why it was gone,
That was already discussed.
so that's okay, because I did
They're gonna
answer that.
replace it.
Okay. Porta potties, is it here yet? Have you talked to them?
Me? No, I have not.
Okay, I called because I thought, the last meeting you said you thought it was gonna be in May. I called and they told me a handicap would be $150. I dickered and it will be $80 for us if we get it. So that's a big discount
For how long?
And
for the
that's it.
summer.
$80 a month for the summer.
And that's a big discount, I really appreciate it. But you have to call and do that, but I just want her to be aware you can get it for 80 instead of 150.
Okay.
That will be discussed later on in the meeting, correct?
Is it on there?
I don't know. I
It was
thought,
discussed in the last meeting.
no, I would just assumed it would be in her committee report since that's when she wrote it.
All right.
Okay. Kevin?
Can't hear you.
We talked about this last year and it hasn't gotten any better, but, we can tell you about the junkyard down at the old store. I mean, it's getting out of control. Looks terrible.
Well, we went down there and talked to them last year, and then all of a sudden we were accused of bullying, so I'm not interested in it. And he didn't accuse us of bullying, but some other people apparently did, but it got back to
Probably
us
the guy
that,
that you talked to about the junkyard, isn't there an ordinance on that? There's gotta be something, it's out of control.
I think the
You gotta
only
fix
ordinance
that.
we have is a
It looks,
nuisance.
makes it sound look terrible when you come in.
we'll have to look at the ordinances. I agree with you 100%, but, he didn't accuse us of anything, but other people did say we're bullying them, and I'm like,
Well, Mike, can I ask a question or suggestion, make a suggestion? Can we send him a certified letter requesting that it get cleaned up?
No, better yet, get Ron in here and get them all cleaned up,
Well,
not just once.
whichever, but
we can do that, and, we'll have to look at the ordinances we have,
Yeah,
and
I'll have to read
maybe,
that first.
contact Russ Braun if we need to.
And do you happen to know where the bricks were around, how we had that for the boy that got killed at the end of the road? They disappeared.
The bricks
Yeah,
around his
Bobby put-
memorial,
Huh?
around his memorial.
Yeah.
out here,
We
Yeah.
didn't do anything with
we'll
it.
have to ask Tom about that. I don't,
Half of them were missing. I kinda thought maybe it's snowplow when they were plowing, didn't see them, but then now last week they all were missing and I paid for them.
Don't know nothing
we'll
about it.
ask Tom.
Okay, yeah,
See
'cause
if he
Betsy
knows.
was upset
If
about
maybe he
it.
hasn't.
Because she had, the lights and everything. She paid for the lights. I paid for the bricks myself, not the wreck.
Tom might have them because they were
Well,
cutting
that's
them
why I was
trees
wondering
down.
if that. You know, sometime I need to catch Tom or somebody so I can get the stain. I want to get some stuff done. And if there's ever a problem with any of my playground equipment, I'd like to be told about. That castle doesn't have a bottom and it is fit. And actually when we had that little tornado, it got picked up and moved and didn't fall apart. So it is safe. It came from a daycare, all that stuff. That's why I know it's certified to be safe.
But the one piece has broken sharp
The one
edges on
piece
it.
is
Well, yeah,
broken.
from the
So
storm.
that definitely
I
needs
put-
to go.
I haven't put that back up yet. I just haven't carried it over yet, but the council was fine.
That piece was broken a month
Yeah,
ago.
just that one piece though needs to go.
That part, I walked over there.
I can show you the pictures that are on my phone,
Okay. Well,
Marcia.
the council, I was told just because they didn't have bottoms, and they
No.
don't have bottoms. But the council.
Actually, hold on, I will show you what I'm talking about.
Well, I already know, I saw at the storm map, playhouse or whatever.
There's pictures that were printed out.
Oh, we have it here.
I had it removed 3 times, and 3 times it was put over at the dumpster, and 3 times it's been put back. If a little kid gets caught on that, they're gonna get hurt. So, we're gonna throw it away.
That's the thing, yeah. But the castle's fine, because it just got broke after the storm.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Public comment is over, it's 1:15, we're gonna move on with the meeting.
Eugene's still got a question.
Public comment is over, it's 15 minutes long.
I think you'd wanna let a comment.
Come on.
Matt, I'm gonna ask you to not speak out of turn, you weren't given the floor. Okay, I'd like to start with correspondence. Got a letter from Elk County Treasurer, and Christie, correct me if this is wrong, these are Forest Service receipts?
Yes.
These are Forest Service receipts for a total of $73,770.06. If anybody would like to see it, I'm more than welcome to
Can I make a
ask for a
comment on
copy.
that?
Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
That, we're getting $73,000 from the Forest Service, which is about $100,000 less than we were getting 3 or 4 years ago. So if somebody wants to know why we're having trouble with our budget, there's a good reason why. Thank you.
What's that money used for? What's that money used for?
We're not answering any questions, we're moving on with the
It
meeting.
goes in the general fund.
It goes into the general fund.
Yeah.
Okay, notice from the DEP for the annual drinking water quality report. I'm sure that everybody got a copy of that in the mail. Report from the Department of Agriculture on the Chafee environmental assessment, which is available for public review if anybody would like to see it. The annual report for the Elk County Conservation District, and actually the Chafee report is there. There are 2 books. If anybody would like to look at them, they're more than welcome. Okay, a letter from CNA, who is our insurance carrier, and to make it easy for everybody to understand this, it says, "Dear Township officials, we understand that a second lawsuit has been presented against you by Seneca Resources Corporation. We need to advise you that there is no coverage under your claim made public official policy for this matter, as this claim was made before you were prior to the inception of the public officials policy provided to you by NFICH. Our first notice of this claim comes in the form of the second lawsuit styled as Seneca Resources Corporation versus Highland Township, PA. Goes on to give the court docket numbers, everything, and which alleges that the Home Rule Charter directly prevents Seneca from doing some things. It's a 6-page docket. If anybody would like a copy of it, talk to Christie. She can print you one. Of course, for the fee. Okay, and we have permit applications from Seneca Resources in Jones Township, Hunt Marcellus in Jones Township, Bull Run Energy in Howe Township, and Cameron Energy in Sheffield Township. They're not doing anything here, it's just they have to renew their permits, and because we're neighboring townships, they have to notify us. Minutes from the KARCC. We didn't get anything from the commissioners this month.
We did, but it came late. Because they sent us a double one last week, last month.
Okay. That's pretty much the correspondence, except for the
Did I forget something?
correspondence that we got from our attorney about the DEP lawsuit. Now, is there anybody that would like to discuss the DEP lawsuit or anything that was in the papers today?
the solicitor sent, or can you, or?
You have a copy
I
of that,
didn't.
Krista?
Just attached to the fax page.
Actually, what it is the judge's order. It says now on this 11th day, April 2017, upon review of the department's petition for review, the respondent's answer to the department's petition review and the parties' joint application for expedited special relief in the nature of stipulated order, and noting that counsel for all parties to this appeal have stipulated to the entry of this order, it is hereby ordered as follows. The parties' request for a declaratory judgment contained in counts 1 through 4 of the petition for review is granted. Declaratory judgment entered in favor of the department against the respondents, hereby rendering sections 401, 404, 405, and 410 of the Home Rule Charter void, unlawful, and unenforceable. Number 3, the department's claim in count 5 of the petition for review regarding permanent injunctive relief are withdrawn without prejudice, signed by the judge that declared the order. Thank you, Kristen. Anybody like to discuss anything about it? We couldn't discuss it before because it was pending litigation. Now we can discuss it if anybody would like to talk about it.
Yes, I recall that. You guys signed a consent decree with that. It wasn't really a judge's order. It was that you guys agreed with Seneca on that and had a consent decree. The judge did not make it.
No, there was no dissent
That's how I
decree.
understand it.
There was no consent decree signed by us.
Well, first time, but not.
In the DEP lawsuit, there was no dissent or consent decree signed.
Okay, maybe I used the wrong word, but in your litigation, you agreed with everything that the DEP said. You agreed that the thing was illegal. You agreed that those were illegal in your reply to the lawsuit. So basically, it was not a lawsuit. So the judge did not have to make a decision.
Yes, the judge gave a court order.
I didn't say that.
Did you guys instruct our lawyer to research and to figure out how it was illegal and void, the Home Rule Charter, to support their cause?
Actually, Mr. Martinucci from Quinn Law Firm did.
Did you instruct them to do that?
Did we instruct
And you
them to do that?
agreed?
Yes, we did.
Thank you.
What's gonna happen if our water does get polluted?
I don't know what's gonna happen when Seneca wins the lawsuit and damages.
It's just a question.
Well,
Right.
tit for tat,
What, I guess my question to you guys is, what part of this do you guys not understand? There's 3 or 4 attorneys from Quinn Law Firm that have said these same portions of the charter are illegal, unenforceable, and unconstitutional. Mr. Ponser said that the original ordinance was not enforceable. I heard him say it with my own ears. Okay, Mr. Bevavino has stated the same thing. He sat right here and told everybody in the room that those portions were unconstitutional and unenforceable.
In his opinion, it was not.
Okay, so we have 8 or 10 lawyers' opinions that are saying that it's unconstitutional and unlawful, and you guys have 1 lawyer saying that it's legal.
Then how come back?
And
to the
actually,
judge?
if we go back to the email that Jim said he got, the lawyer that wrote it told Jim in an email that there was a 70 to 80% chance we were gonna lose it.
That's right. That means that there's a 20 to 30% chance you're gonna win it.
Okay, now, I heard Matt question about what we were paying this guy from Quinn Law Firm for. every dime in probably the last 7 months that has been paid out to any attorney is because of this charter in the illegal or the unconstitutional, unlawful parts of it.
It's because of the charter that the majority of the people voted it in. That you're not supporting.
It's not a matter of if the majority of the people voted it in, it's a matter of if it won't stand up in court.
So you're a lawyer, Glenn.
No, but that part's true.
If it's not gonna stand up in court, it doesn't matter how many people voted for it, you're still gonna lose.
We can't talk to you like that, you shouldn't talk to us like that. Can we get back to my question though? I wasn't talking a thing about home rule, I mean.
But anyway, hold on, Gene. I've heard Matt question several times, I've heard his mother question several times about the money that's being spent on an attorney. It seems to me that there's 8 people that were on a Home Rule Charter Commission, that were Home Rule Charter Commissioners, that knowingly wrote and submitted an unlawful, unenforceable charter.
That's my question though.
Glenn, you
Wait,
keep
can
on
we
bringing
answer-
back to me.
Can we answer his question?
Basically, the difference between me and you is, I would tell the people, and I would educate them what was right or wrong. You always stand behind saying, we're in legal recourse or whatever, duly noted or some other thing like that. You never told anybody what's going on, Glenn. All you had to do was get up here and use your power as a supervisor, get somebody in here who's a little bit smarter than the rest of us, and explain to us what's going on, instead of hiding behind it.
We had our attorney come here and explain it to you, and it didn't make any difference to you guys.
Can we get back to my question?
Okay? Go ahead, Gene.
Is Seneca gonna do any, I mean, if somehow it does get tainted, I mean, is Seneca gonna do anything? I mean, I don't want a 500-gallon pod sitting out my front yard, which nobody else probably does either.
That's not up to me, that's up to the law that says if Seneca screws up the water, that they have to fix it.
There's nothing written yet, though, about that? We don't know?
Actually, the last time that we were allowed to talk to Seneca, we asked them what they would be willing to do, and correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, Seneca said, if you ask us for anything, we're gonna push this as far as we can.
So they can just ruin our watershed.
Basically,
and
because
sue
of the
us
first
again.
lawsuit?
But they haven't ruined any water. They haven't even dug out there.
That is the federal law that we're trying to change, is the corporations are allowed to have a certain amount of collateral damage. And every one of us is collateral damage in their eyes. And that's what we were trying to do, is to try to change that federal law.
At every taxpayer in Highland Township's expense.
And the
Whatever it
majority
takes.
rule for it all.
Yep, majority of the
With the
people in
petition
Highland
and home rule.
Township.
How many of the Home Rule Charter Commissioners went around and took the charter around and knocked on people's doors and said, hey, these portions of this charter, these portions of this charter are unlawful and unenforceable, but we want you to pass it anyway.
We gave everybody.
Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna tell you right now, quiet down.
Order, Christie, call the state boss on Glenn.
Enough.
I'm in charge of this meeting, not you.
Call the state boss on Glenn.
Enough.
Stop the meeting and say you're gonna do bills and we're gonna.
Comments over on all this.
Public
Done.
comments over
Shut
because you
down.
guys
We're gonna
wanna act like
continue on with
idiots.
the meeting.
Do the bills and adjourn the meeting.
Hey,
The meeting is,
Adjourn the meeting.
enough,
the meeting,
enough.
or the public comment on anything is done. If anybody says another word, I'll adjourn the meeting and we'll carry on next month.
Let's carry on with the agenda.
Okay?
Fair.
You asked for comment.
And you didn't answer, you told us we could comment. I really have a question, it's not fighting.
Obviously, it was dished out of me.
Committee reports, Recreation Committee.
Recreation's worried about our water because we have water up there and we have events. And so we were hoping you has a back sport line if we lose our water.
Okay.
And we're getting ready for a car show. We need the porta potty. I'll be doing raffles. And some people have actually commented that they were afraid to come out here because of all the fighting and afraid of certain people pulling a gun and getting in a fight, and afraid about the water.
Can I add something too? Over there at the playground, if you could take the time to walk through and some of the dead branches hanging there where the kids play and some of the dead parts, you know,
Trees are
to
gone.
protect the
They
kids.
cut the trees down.
You
Trees
need
are gone.
to take a walk over and look at it because
They
the
cut
trees
the-
have been gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The
Should
total
be 2
entire
weeks
trees
since
have been
we've been
gone
up
for
here.
2 weeks.
No, but they did come down, because I talked to Tom about, because
My-
he did
my
come
fault
Okay,
then.
okay.
Yeah.
Fire department, Bill?
Treasurer's report. We were busy last month with the
Christie.
storm that we come
Treasurer's
through.
report.
We had 5 calls that night, cutting trees down everywhere, off roads, mostly. They come across right down there below, 66 and 948 towards, Marionville, and come across. They figure we got pretty much up this way, we got the tail end of it. Most warrant was down that way and going across 66 towards Twin Lakes.
Good job.
Also, and thank you
Thank
guys too for being out there and helping too. And also, we got a funeral we're doing on Saturday.
Brian.
Yes.
Excuse me, you didn't need to answer me that way. I didn't know. I haven't been over there. I was just asking.
And I forgot to tell him, I guess, so. I wasn't finished with my committee report. I didn't bring my, I can't even think what it was, my report, because I just came from the doctor in Pittsburgh. I didn't go home, but it's the
Okay,
same.
next month you can bring us 2.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't go home yet.
Okay, and we have a road report from Tom with everything that's been done every day, if anybody would like to see that.
And he did mention that I stuck those on there. He wants to know when our electricity went out, that generator that's out there, the switch, the circuit board is not working, and he wanted to know if he can order a new circuit board because he can't turn it off when it kicks on. And he looked at the circuit board is fried, and so he wanted to know if we could order a new circuit board. The cost would probably be between $130, $135, $140. And he wanted to know if we could order a new circuit board.
It'll probably be
I have
a
no
lot more.
problem.
I have no problem.
I already looked
Emergency
it up.
power. I'll make a motion that we
I'll second.
fix the generator. Okay, now back to old business. We're gonna discuss cleanup days.
I forgot that I said something. I talked to Joe, I can't remember last names. Frano, okay. And he said the 15-yard bins for $200 and a 21-yard bins for $300. And I asked him about if he would be able to pick them up and drop them off and pick them up in one day. And he said that wouldn't be a problem for him, but he said the easiest way to do it is to get a combination of the 2 sizes. That way he'd have more trucks to be able to come, to do the hauling. So he said just let him know what you guys want to do, and because nobody else will do it for us because I call it advance, and they won't do it. They won't do it that way. And I talked to Tom Hadberger, and he doesn't have roll-offs, so this is it. So he more or less just wants to know what you guys want to do, and if you set the day, he just has to know when. That's all.
For one day.
I make a motion that we do it one day from like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We'll have one of the township guys, or we can have both of them here for 4 hours
You're
each.
gonna do it right here.
Do it right here. That way we don't get tires, we don't get electronics.
Can we get volunteers to do that instead of paying one of the guys?
If you wanted to have volunteers, I'm sure there's probably some kids in the township that need their community service hours.
I know my son does, I know that.
Well, that's a good one too, because I
Yeah.
have kids in
Well, he does, and I got community service run too, but anyway, that's a
Public
different
comments
story.
over, Jim.
So the public comments over, but people can just
Yeah.
talk out loud. But I raised my hand politely to ask a question, and I can't get recognized,
Depends who you are.
What do you guys,
obviously. I'm on the wrong side of the
what do you
room.
guys think?
Me, I still
I
think
made
we
a
should have,
motion.
huh?
Yeah,
I
I'll
made a
second
motion
that.
We do it one day for 8 hours, and we have somebody here to monitor them.
I'll second that.
Any idea what day?
Well, we're on to Saturday.
Could be the 20th, the 27th,
27th is Memorial Day
Oh
weekend.
yeah, Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, that
or
might,
the 3rd.
Well, you get less junk.
What's electronics, anything electrical?
Like computers and.
Computers and
stuff like
computers and TVs.
But not like sweepers and throw them in?
No, that's all
You
right.
can throw a sweeper in.
Excuse me, microwaves okay, or?
No.
No.
Okay.
Why don't we go with the 20?
Nothing with a circuit board in it because there's mercury and stuff like that in a circuit board and the landfill won't take.
Take him down to St. Mary's and they'll recycle them.
No
Why don't we
no.
do it on the
Yeah, they have
third?
that new recycle center down there, St.
Yeah,
Mary's. I take a
that'll
bunch of
give
stuff
Joe
and I
time
take it.
enough to
Okay,
get his hoppers
Yeah.
okay,
gathered up.
okay.
Okay.
So, 3rd of June?
Is that a Saturday or?
Yeah, Saturday.
You'll be putting that in the paper?
Yes.
Yes.
So what if they're not emptied in time and they're full and people are still bringing them in, what are they gonna do when they're up here and they got?
We'll make sure that there's enough here.
Yeah, he'll be emptying them periodically.
Because I know they filled up.
Yeah, they do. He'll be emptying them periodically.
Load it, put it on the side, make it load it.
Yeah, yeah, so somebody will be here, even if it's full, they can dump it off
Yeah.
and we can get it in there. So that won't be a problem.
Okay, now, in order to be able to let the road crew switch to 4 10-hour days instead of 5 8-hour days, we have to amend the employee policy. And this is just a resolution to amend the employee policy. Says it works, we're amending Article 1, Section A, amended to reflect 40-hour week straight time in the event the schedule requires a temporary change from an 8-hour, 5-day a week to a 10-hour, 4-day a week. The road department, for the road department during grading operations, etc., it must have prior approval from the Board of Supervisors. All other sections and parts, therefore, of each article remain the same.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
I make a motion that we accept or that we
Amend it.
amend this.
I'll second it.
I'll approve.
Okay.
Discuss section A of this category.
Yep.
Now, under old business, we have to discuss hiring a seasonal employee, and at this time, I would like to call an executive session in the garage.
For what?
Why don't you cover it the first?
Because they have to review,
Because we have to review the applications for a seasonal employee for cutting the grass.
Well, they see content, then, you know, that's fine, but nobody's gonna read that, can get that online.
Okay, I'd like to reconvene this meeting. All we talked about in the executive session was the 2 people that applied to be the grass cutter, and actually, what do you guys think?
I think we ought to hire a young kid.
Yeah.
That's basically what we'd set out to do anyhow.
His name's Michael Anderson.
Mitchell.
Oh, is it Mitchell?
Mitchell?
Pretty sure it's Mitchell.
All right. Mitchell Anderson, he's living down there with Johnny Emer.
Who is it?
Mitchell Anderson,
You can live with John.
totally just moved there, I guess.
That's what he told me.
Is he from Highland Township?
Hmm?
Is he from Highland Township?
No, he's from Jones Township.
Why would he hire somebody from Jones?
Because he's living here now, I guess.
Why wouldn't you hire somebody that's been a resident of Highland Township for a
Well,
significant amount of time?
only had one other application and we decided we didn't want to hire him. So, this is the only other one we have.
Already got a part-time.
The other one was an independent contractor named Robert Fitzpatrick.
No, we don't have no application from
He
him.
dropped one off today. Yes, he did.
I don't have no application
He
for
dropped a
him.
bid off, he
A
didn't
bid,
drop
yeah, he was told to do a bid.
This isn't, we're
as
not bidding
independent.
this out.
He didn't bid anything out.
So,
He was told by someone.
we all 3 agreed to
Just to have the
give
part-time?
him, huh?
I mean, cost-wise, would it be feasible just to do our part-time worker or to cut the grass? Instead of paying workman's comp for both people?
Well,
I mean, I'm just asking, I don't know.
yeah, I mean, he's only gonna be working 20, 25 hours a week at the most, 25.
What was it, $8 an hour last year?
Yep, at eight
What about
$8 an
you
hour.
have 3 people working a lot of times and they're not busy all the time. Why can't they help
Well,
you out sometimes?
Right, but then about
heavier
the
stuff.
time they can't do it, we get complaint because somebody wants to play ball and the ball
Well, I know,
field's
because
not
Robbie
mowed.
went up and cut it
So-
around the pavilion for him.
So it's just better to hire summer help to do it. And so,
I make a motion, we hire this young gentleman as a seasonal grass cutter.
I'll second it.
I'll agree.
Motion carried. Okay, on the new business,
How about mowing
oh, yeah,
that junk house yard?
down beside Mrs. Terry, the empty house, or I'm sorry, Mrs. Farnsworth. Former Mrs. Terry. But, when the past board actually voted to have that mowed and to bill the property owner. And Christie, correct me if I'm wrong, when the property owner was billed for it, the property owner paid for it?
Yes.
Okay, so, and it quit because another resident started mowing it, and now that resident has stopped mowing it. So we're gonna go back to having the township grass cutter cut it, and the guy will be billed.
Before we do, I think we should get a hold of the guy and
Make sure he's all right
quote
with it.
him the price too.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, but if he's all right with it, then I make a motion that we do mow it,
Okay.
if he agrees.
I'll second that.
For safety reasons, should you have one of the township employees mow it first, just in case there's something in the yard?
Well, that's who would be, he would be doing it, he'd be a township employee.
You can have one of the older guys.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
mean,
could
in case
have
there's something in the
Tom.
yard and they hit something, I mean.
Well, I actually have him walk through it, but.
Okay. Public comments over. Okay, under new business, we have to nominate a student for the Elk County Association of Township Official Scholarship. And
I like her.
Just write your name on it and give it to Christie.
6, we
We can
have
all
7
three,
of them. Christie, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think anybody from Highland Township applied for
No.
it.
Oh, I don't know how that got in there, sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
What
I
is it
didn't
again?
realize it was in
I'm
there.
sorry.
What's that?
What is that again? I'm sorry.
It's the Elk County Association of Township Officials, it's a $600
Did the
scholarship
rest of them
for,
get cut off? Did your things get cut off? All of them? Oh, okay.
those were just extra in the
Okay.
back. So like I said, we have, what, 7 or 8 of them here.
They have to be relative of certain people. I've been told that. That's
I'm
sad.
gonna
What's that?
We should try anyhow.
What's the matter?
give you that one.
With the scholarship, Marcia?
What's the matter?
Yeah, a couple people told me that. I said, no, still try. Don't use that for
I
an
agree.
excuse.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not just us that vote.
I know
The
that.
whole
No, the whole
I
county
know
votes.
that, but I'm saying, guys, what some people said.
No, people like to talk, and we should all know that.
Right there, we have all 3 of our choices. There's 1 vote for Emily Cardoni, 2 votes for Emily Cardoni, and 1 vote for Kyle Jordan. So I
Emily
guess
wins.
we voted for Emily Cardoni.
Was there anybody related to anybody from James
Wait,
City?
Emily
Cardoni
Cardoni
is.
is.
What?
Christie gets to vote on that too, it's not just the
I
supervisor.
do,
Huh?
yeah.
I know, I'm just.
I
telling
know,
the vote
but,
might not be
but I like Kyle, but then
Okay.
it'll make it a tie, so, I mean, we can, I can take both of these and just, but I'll save my vote for the county meeting tomorrow, cause our meeting's tomorrow, because if it comes to where it might make a difference as to who gets picked, then, you know, I mean, cause if nobody else votes for her, it won't matter, if nobody else votes for him, it won't matter, and then we'll see, cause it may be a tiebreaker vote because of the kind of what other townships, so I'm just gonna reserve my vote.
Are there any juniors in town? That was my sophomore.
He's a sophomore, man.
Okay, and that concludes new business.
Would it be worthwhile, like next April, March, just to bring it up about that scholarship's open?
Yeah, we
did.
did.
Did you?
Yes, it was.
I mean, it should have been actually been in the paper, cause I sent a notice to all the papers and everything, and, yeah.
Okay, I make a motion to review.
And I sent it to all the school districts. And I sent it to all the school districts, so all the school districts, the guidance counselors have copies of all this.
I make a motion to review the bills, make a motion to accept the bills as paid, and I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second that.
I'll agree.
I'll say yes, and Motion carries.